Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into the sources on a truly chilling case. It's an attempted homicide by poisoning within a family. Our goal here is to really unpack the legal side, the toxicology, and the psychology behind what seems like a meticulously planned conspiracy. And what just jumps out right away is how calculated it all was. This wasn't, spontaneous. It feels like a sophisticated plot, almost a weaponless crime, you could say, all for money and the people involved. The victim's own father, aunt, sister, including, get this, a pharmacist and an anesthesiologist. The aim, to make a death look, well, completely natural.
Yeah, and legally, you're immediately dealing with very serious felonies. Attempted murder by poisoning, for one, and conspiracy to commit murder.
Yeah.
The specific intent, the mens rea cut, you don't need a smoking gun confession for that. The evidence is right there in the, frankly, terrifying level of professional planning involved. These are specialists using their knowledge.
And that specialized knowledge was all pointed towards one thing: money. The victim stood to inherit, right? That was the financial driver. Though the sources do mention the legal backstop, the Slayer rule.
Exactly. It's a civil principle, basically saying you can't profit from your crime even if you somehow succeed.
Right.
But it goes deeper than just money, doesn't it? The sources suggest a really disturbing family dynamic. The victim apparently recognized traits associated with narcissistic personality disorder in one key family member. You know, that sense of entitlement, exploitation, just a profound lack of empathy.
Which would explain how they could view a relative almost like an object, an obstacle to remove.
Precisely. It frames the victim not as a person, but as something in the way. Surgically removed, as you put it.
Okay, let's talk about that surgical removal. How did they actually use their medical and pharmaceutical backgrounds here? It wasn't just one poison, was it?
No, not at all. It was a really insidious dual-agent strategy, designed to beat the body, yes, but also the medical system itself.
Okay, break that down. Agent 1.
Agent 1 was the incapacitator. The pharmacist's sister obtained potent CNS depressants, benzodiazepines, specifically midazolam and diazepam, things often used right before surgery to sedate patients.
And disguise them. How?
At vitamin C, yellow pills. The victim actually said they made them eat sleep.
Wow. Eat sleep. That's chilling.
Yeah. The goal was rapid sedation, keeping the victim immobile for long periods.
Okay, so the victim is sedated, immobile. What was Agent 2 doing, the silent killer part?
That was the chronic low-dose poisoning. They used an anticoagulant rodenticide.
Like rat poison.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But a specific type called superwarfarins, like brotificum. These were hidden in food, administered by the aunt, someone the victim trusted. It works slowly. It inhibits the body's ability to recycle vitamin K, which over time just destroys the blood's ability to clot.
Okay, so here's the part that really gets complex. The synergy, you called it. Why sedate someone if you're already slowly poisoning them?
Ah, that's the diabolical part. The sedation, the immobility. It's designed to cause deep vein thrombosis DVT, blood clots forming in the legs.
Right, which can travel.
Exactly, leading potentially to a fatal pulmonary embolism, or PE, a clot, in the lungs, which looks like a sudden, tragic, but natural death.
Okay.
But here's the kicker. If the victim survived that initial PE and got to a hospital, what's the standard treatment for a pulmonary embolism?
Blood thinners.
Anticoagulants.
Aggressive anticoagulation, precisely. Now, imagine giving those therapeutic anticoagulants to someone already loaded with hidden superwarfarins.
Oh, God, it would cause massive bleeding.
Catastrophic fatal hemorrhage. They'd planned it so even if the first attempt failed, the standard medical treatment would finish the job, making it look like a tragic complication. Not murder.
So how on earth do you prove something like that? A crime designed to leave no obvious trace. It must have relied heavily on the survivor's testimony. Absolutely. The survivor's account was crucial. But forensics played a huge role, too. Toxicologists used highly specialized methods. LCMS, liquid chromatography mass spectrometry.
Fancy chemical fingerprinting.
Basically, yeah. It could definitively identify those specific superwarfarins, which are tricky because they're not volatile, they don't evaporate easily. And critically, they used hair analysis.
Why hair?
Because hair grows over time, it creates a timeline. It showed the chronic, low-level exposure to the rodenticide, proving it was a sustained poisoning plot, not, a one-off accidental exposure.
Thank goodness there was an antidote. High doses of vitamin K1, right? Phytonadione.
Yes, to help restore the clotting factors. But because these superwarfarins have such a long half-life in the body...
It took months of treatment.
Months, exactly.
So, wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway here?
Well, for you listening, I think the starkest point is that This horrifying plot was only stopped because the victim was perceptive enough and brave enough to realize something was deeply wrong and seek help. Despite the perpetrators being family and medical professionals, it represents such a profound betrayal, not just familial, but professional, weaponizing the medical oath primum non nocere. First, do no harm. And that leaves you with a really disturbing thought. Given how sophisticated this plan was, especially the DVTPE setup and the exploitation of standard medical treatment, how much of that criminal genius, that blueprint, came directly from the specialized knowledge of the doctor and the pharmacist involved? That's something to really think about.